There is another approach to simplifying algebraic fractions. So the questions we've just done, you'll notice that there's actually two fractions and you're being asked to add or subtract them or write as a single fraction or simplify. But in the ones on the screen now, you'll notice that the first question there is 9x squared y over 3x. And there's no other fraction. We're not being asked to add or subtract or make it into a single fraction with another one, but we're still being asked to simplify. So what we can do in this case is we can actually try to have a look and see if there's anything that is on top of the fraction and also on the bottom. So remember, a fraction just means divide. It means divide the top by the bottom. So if I have 3 over 4, that's actually saying divide 3 by 4. And what I'm going to do first of all, so you'll notice is we have these powers. So I'm going to get rid of the powers. So instead of writing 9x squared, we know that x squared is just x. And that's what I'm going to change it to. And there's no powers in the bottom. So what you can do now is you can actually see if there's anything on the top of the fraction that's also on the bottom, you can actually just cross them out. Because if you think about it, if I had y over y, that just means y divided by y, which is just 1. And if you're multiplying by 1, which is what's happening in all of these because there's letters and numbers attached to each other, remember that means multiply. Multiplying by 1 doesn't affect the sum. So if I have anything on top of the fraction and also on the bottom, I can just cross it off. So example here, I have an x in the bottom, so I can cross it off with one of the x on the top. You cannot cross off both x's on the top. You can only cross it off for one. And what I can do then is I can actually have a look. So I'm just going to write down what I have left. So I have 9xy over 3. I can actually divide the number. So 9 divided by 3 is 3. So if I divide 9 by 3, I get 3xy. And if I divide 3 by 3, I get 1. So there's something like in the last questions, what we said is if you can divide everything on the top and everything on the bottom by a certain number, go for it, do that. So what I said is 9 and 3 can both be divided by 3. So if I divide 9 by 3, I get 3. And if I divide 3 by 3, I get 1. And remember, if there's anything over 1 as a fraction, we can just forget about it. So that's going to give me 3xy. And the second example here, I'm just going to do the same. So 12a cubed b. So a cubed is a b, and a b squared. So that's like a b b. Now I'll start with the a. So there's one a in the bottom, so I can cross that off one a in the top. There's a b on the bottom, I can cross that off with one b on the top. And then I just write out what I have left. So I have 12a all over just b. And I'll change that a back to a squared, and the b stays as it is. There's no number that will divide into 12a squared and also into b, so I just leave it like that.